This episode contains discussions of depression and drug use. Listen at your own discretion. It is Friday, the 13th of September, 2024. My name is Pigeon and this is my song of the day. Today we're talking about a band called Grandaddy. Jason Lytle is the main guy behind it, but there are other people who have been in the band. The lineup was Jason Lytle, Aaron Birch, Jim Fairchild, Kevin Garcia, and Tim Dryden. Unfortunately, Kevin Garcia died in 2017, so the band broke up, they cancelled touring, but this year, Jason Lytle revived the Grandaddy name to release a new album, which I've not listened to yet, and I really need to. But anyway, I discovered them through my brother, who's a big fan. He had the album Someday, Sumday, on CD, and I listened to that a fair bit and really liked it. My friend liked The Software Slump, which is the album beforehand, and showed me 2 songs from it. He's Simple, He's Dumb, He's the Pilot, and Hewlett's Daughter. I really liked them as well. I'll probably talk about He's Simple, He's Dumb, He's the Pilot at some point in the show. It's a great song. But the song I'm talking about today is from Someday. It's track 10 on Someday, and it's called Okay with My Decay. There's a lot of A sounds. It's a longer song, but not very many lyrics, so I probably won't have much to actually say about it once we get there, but I do really like it, so we're going to talk about it, and you don't have a choice. So we're going to listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. There's a very particular vibe to that song, and the reason I chose it for my autumn week is, that vibe of melancholy and also the idea of decay seems very autumnal to me. And I love the way the song is structured. It's quite slow moving. It's quite repetitive, but it also changes a lot of times as the song goes on. And it's got that long outro. Decay really feels like the word to describe it, you know? So there's not much lyrics, like I said, so we'll just go through them. I woke up Tuesday morning to coming down without a sound, coming back down. The pressure put upon me, it goes and goes till it thinks it got me. It tries and tries as it might to trick me into breaking back down. So, a lot of people think this song is about coming down from drugs, and I could certainly see that. It says coming down, right? And I think that is a valid read of it. I could certainly see how that's applicable. The idea of this song kind of being about coming down, feeling withdrawal, and the idea of being okay with your decay as like sort of a accepting your fate, you know what I mean? In one way giving into the addiction, in another trying to not chase that high, you know? But I kind of read it in a more general sense, just being about depression, about stagnation, about being stuck, about being okay with wasting away. And so when he says coming down without a sound, I kind of picture it more as someone just like having like a good day and then the next day falling back into depression, you know what I mean? Just the kind of cycle continuing. The pressure put upon me, it goes and goes, you know, tries to trick me into breaking back down. Like it feels like he's talking about the cycle of depression. It just keeps surfacing and trying to drag him back down under again. And so you can think of it as being about drugs and being pulled back into addiction. I like to think of it as just being a general being pulled back into depression and, you know, negative thinking. So then you get, I'm okay, in truth I say, I'm okay, in truth I say, I'm okay with my decay. I have no choice, I have no voice, I have no say on my decay. I have no choice, so I'll rejoice. So, the repetition of it makes it sound like he's trying to convince himself more than anything else. But he says, in truth I say, like if I'm honest, in truth I am okay with my decay. And then he says, I have no choice. So, it feels less like he is okay with it, more that he has to be okay with it, right? I have no choice, I have no voice, I have no say. Now, again, with depression, it's very isolating. It can make you feel like you're alone. You feel like you don't have a choice but to decay, right? You have no one to talk to. I have no say. I have no voice. There's no one who will listen to me, right? And then I have no say on my decay. I have no choice, so I'll rejoice. And so that's him like accepting, you know, like the stages of grief. I'm going to look it up because I can never remember the order. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. I feel like this song is about going from depression to acceptance, and it's in that line there, I have no choice, so I'll rejoice. It's nihilist, right? Nothing matters, so I'm just going to waste away. Then we mostly just get repetition for the rest of the song. I'm okay with my decay. I have no choice. I have no voice. I have no say on my decay. I have no choice, so I rejoice. voice. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Not a lot of lyrics to this song, but I love the way it's stretched out over the entire 6 minutes. You've got that long outro at the end as well. The music does all these different change-ups. I just really love how this one is structured, and it really does sound like someone coming down, whether it's from drugs or from depression or whatever, and being pulled under the dark waves of decay and just giving into it and letting it overtake them. Similarly to No Surprises Yesterday, I mean, you could read it as being about suicide, but I don't think it's really about suicide. I think it's about inaction, about letting, what's the word? Self-destructive behavior. I think it's about being self-destructive rather than suicidal. You don't care what's happening to you, so you just let it happen. You know what I mean? This person's not going to hang themselves. They're going to just lie in bed and not eat is kind of more the thought that's in my head, you know? And yeah, I mean, it's it's a tough one. It doesn't say a lot of that in the lyrics, but it gives you that, or at least it gives me that kind of imagery, you know? And it makes sense for being autumnal in that way, with being okay with decay. But at the same time, like autumn, decay can give way to new growth. And so you can read this, so I rejoice, as being like, I'm okay with this death because it will become better later, like death in the tarot deck. So that's another way to read it, you know, that he's okay with the decay because decay leads to new growth. I don't think that's necessarily the intent of the song, given the other songs on the album are all similarly depressing, but it is an interesting read, certainly, I think. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. It's not a short song, but there's not much I can really talk about because there's so few lyrics, but I do really enjoy it, and I do want to talk about more Grandaddy at some point, and I thought it was just fitting to talk about this one for my autumnal week, because it's just a song that I can't not think of as autumnal. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like and subscribe down below. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this episode, about this song, about this album, about this artist. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
I like to think of it as just being a general peeing bold, like death in the tarot deck. That's really weird. There's only supposed to be one in each pack.